My name is Michael Rossi, and that's my English name. It's called Michael Rossi. And my Persian name, in fact, is Misar Rossi. When I started learning English when I was 12, 13 years old. I got into high school and I had to go and learn English in external institutions. I went to Institute of American English, and I did 6 years of part-time evenings, 3 nights a week. I got a diploma in English, and because of that diploma in English in Iran, I had to pass a special exam, which was a scholarship exam for, at that time, by Shah offered to elite students. And you could not go overseas without passing this exam. And secondly, you could not get an exemption from military service, which was 2 years at that time, without passing this exam. So therefore, I had to go through the procedure, and I passed the English exam. I passed the TOEFL exam, which was American requirement, and then I got exemption from military service, and I left Iran with a scholarship from Shah. Now, cutting it short, I didn't realize that at that stage that there was going to be a revolution and change of government. I had no clue. So a year later, everything changed. 1978, I had an option to go to London to study in Cambridge University. I had an option to go to university in US, Texas University, I had admission, but I decided to go to India. I went to Madras University, I did my Bachelor of Commerce in 3 years, and I did Master of Commerce in 2 years after that. So I finished my Master's in 1983. And that was when I applied for Australian visa to become a resident in Australia, got a residency visa, and arrived here in July 1983. I had to take external courses to update my company law, taxation, and a lot of other things that I had to learn so that I get qualified. And now I am a member of Institute of Public Accountants, and 5 years ago I've done a lot of businesses, as well as I've done accounting advisory. I had senior positions in different public accountants' offices, and I have collected a lot of knowledge and experiences. And I had ups and downs in my life, as everybody goes through, but I had a serious 1998. I had a business called Empire Systems. I want you to check that because I want you to be comfortable with me. Empire Systems, and this became one of major players in IT company in Australia for a period of roughly just under 10 years. And this company, unfortunately, we had to put it under voluntary liquidation. And my headache started thereon. Unfortunately, I learned a lot of lessons during that period. And one of the major lessons which I want to mention here, I want you to go and Google my name, real name, under Misar Rossi or Michael Rossi. We had 45 employees, and ASIC took action against me, and cutting it short, I was convicted of certain things which they call it round-robin check, and the court case was between 2000 and 2001. But I wanted everyone to know what sort of experiences I've gone through, and I'm preaching what I've gone through myself. In other words, I am not just reading books and trying to reproduce it and teach people. I have gone through life, ups and downs, businesses, bad experience, good experience, everything in business, and I'm teaching and mentoring and conducting workshops with my personal experiences, which is very valuable. Don't fall into the pitfalls that I went through as a foreigner, as a migrant, and I don't want anybody, I don't wish anybody to go through what I went through. I have a business names, different business names, and one of them is this business. It's called Michael, Rossi and Co. That's my firm. That under this name, I have an ABN number and I operate under this name. There are other business names which I'll mention as I go, what services we offer, and every business has got its own name. So under this Michael, Rossi and Co., which I have abbreviated to MRC. That's what it is. And the business that we trade under and put everything under this umbrella is called MRC Center. Under this center, we have all the businesses and services we are offering. Now, the first I want to introduce to you is my advisory role. Okay, under Michael, Rossi and Co., I mentor businesses, startups, and I help businesses to manage, hold their hands, make sure that they don't fall into the pitfalls and traps, because we make mistakes at the beginning of any venture and then we pay for it afterwards. It happened to me and I don't want anybody to go through that. So therefore, under the Michael, Rossi and Co., I do advisory, few clients, I provide these services. Advisory is on a time basis, mentoring is an annual commitment. So then we have MRC Fleet. Now under MRC Fleet, if you want to know everything in detail, what it is really, go to the section of the website, it says MRC Fleet, and there's a separate video there. But just to let you know here, this is our marketing arm. And this is where we help Uber drivers or taxi drivers to join us under our fleet and as a subcontractors. And we make sure that they don't struggle with their income. Average taxi driver might make $40,000 to $50,000 working 60, 70 hours a week. Uber driver is similar, maybe even less. So what we do, we help them under our membership. We help them to make over $100,000 a year. How we do it? It's referred to our video in MRC Fleet. There's a video there, and I explain it to everyone as an introduction to MRC Fleet. Which I'm going to talk to you about more is MRC workshops. Now, under workshops, is the economy of scales. If you come and try to get advice from us or become a mentoree, then obviously the cost is high because I'm dedicating one-on-one time to teach you, to hold your hand, to take, so it's expensive. But if you come into a workshop environment and we have divided the skills in different workshops so that you don't need all of it together, you might say, okay, my weakness is in this area of workshop, therefore Michael is offering this workshop in this skill set, so I'll take that workshop. And the workshop's average cost is anywhere from $550 including GST to $3,500 including GST. So it depends on the skill sets, the complexity of the workshop, all that. Under MRC workshop, there is a workshop that I really, really recommend everyone to attend. And this is very important workshop. It's called MRC Genesis. And the cost of that is $1,650 workshop. Now what it is, a lot of people, they look at the number of workshops we've got in different skill sets and they're confused. They have no clue which one should do, which one shouldn't do, and they get overwhelmed with the cost involved for all the workshops if they have to do. What we do in MRC Genesis is we go through all the workshops we've got, not in a depth that we do individual workshops, but give enough information and details that for you, at the end of 3 days, you make a decision. And you say, now I know which workshop I'm desperate for, if any, or I need more than one workshop, or in fact, these workshops are wonderful, but I need someone to hold my hand, because at the end of the day, information is important, but application is more important. If you don't have the discipline to apply the knowledge you've acquired, and then that information has been useless for you. Google knows everything, but how you apply the information is the key here. So you might decide, okay, we have 5, 6 different workshops, and you might pick one, or you might pick none, or you might put 3 or 4. But at least at the end of the MRC Genesis, you will have overall knowledge of running a business, structuring it, capital raising it, commercializing it, reporting it, and business plan, effective business planning. Everything in this Genesis will be covered. It's the psychology of the business. You can't just be a business person without having that psychology mindset to be a business person, because some people get shocked when they get into business. They've been working for someone else, they had 10% of the responsibilities, suddenly they dump 90 other person on their shoulder and they get overwhelmed, and most of the businesses these days, according to ABS, Australian Bureau of Statistics, the first year 60% of the businesses fail. By third year, 90% of the businesses fail. So we're talking about 10% here of the success. And we want you to be a part of that 10%, not as a statistics under ABS. We don't want you to fail first year. We don't want you to fail within 3 years and lose your house, lose your wife, lose everything you own just because you took the initiative to start a business. We want you not only to be a part of that 10% success story, but also we want you to be within 2 to 3% top success story in Australia. In Australia, doing a business is tough, challenging, and it's a lot of requirements and compliance work. So you need to jump into ocean of business with a lot of knowledge. You have to be expert in swimming in the business environment. So we try to compensate all the weaknesses you have. Not everyone is the same. Everyone has a different personality, psychology, skill sets, backgrounds. So therefore, we can't make decisions for you. We provide all the information. You choose and pick what you want to compensate your weaknesses. We are not financial advisors. We don't have AFSL license. We do not tell you what to invest, how to invest. We are education and training workshop here, and we would love to help you out to become the most successful business person in Australia. Hopefully this introduction video has been useful, and if it is, then go and listen to other workshops and other videos that I've got on the website, and if you are interested to proceed further, there's an inquiry form. All you have to do is email us and say which workshop you are more interested. A lot of information. All I want you to register for MRC Genesis. Thank you for listening to me. I hope I have been useful.